Hi guys, my name is Steven. Welcome to video number 11 in the series where I'm creating a login registration system using CodeIgniter. In this video, what I'll be showing you is I'm going to be creating a model that will add some of this sign-up information to a temporary database, as well as their unique hash key. Okay, so let's go right ahead and do that. So we've sent the email to the user. The next thing we want to do is add them to the temp users database. Now we're going to do that in the model, in our users model, or model underscore users. So we actually have to load that model. So right after we load the library for the email, we'll load the model for model underscore users. Next is, just put this up here. And then we'll add them here. So we'll call this model underscore users, and we'll create a function in there called add temp underscore user, and we'll pass in the key, or the key that we created here. Now I guess thinking about it, we could have this function actually return true or false depending on whether or not it was succeeded, and then we could send that email based on whether or not it was succeeded. So instead of just calling the function and hoping that it worked with no response from the function, we'll actually go if this returns true, then send the email. Else, we could just go like this. Else echo user was not added to database, or problem adding to database. Adding to database. Awesome. Now let's go ahead and actually create that function in the model. So go into our models folder and click on models underscore user and start writing this new function. We'll go public function add underscore temp underscore users. Now this is receiving the key, that specific key. So yeah, the first thing that I want to do in adding this temp users is I think basically the only thing is I just want to insert this the post data into the temp users database. Which reminds me, actually, if I go into our temp users table on our database, we're only storing ID, key, and email. I actually forgot I need to add the password as well, because we want to actually save that so when they actually go ahead and validate their sign up, we still know what their password is. So we'll just create another. What I did there was I'm going to create it after email. It doesn't have to be right after email, that doesn't matter, but the important thing is that we actually create another field, add one field. So we'll go ahead and do that. It'll just be password and 255 characters. Save it. And there, now in the temp users database, we have 4 fields instead of 3. One of them is the password. So let's go ahead and add their temporary data into that table. So we'll create a data array. Array. By data array, I mean an array named data. And we'll say email. That'll be equal to this input post and then email. So whatever they entered as their email. Notice how we're only passing the key. We're not actually passing like the email and the password as well. This is really good practice to do, especially in models and things like that. It's good practice to try and keep your parameters down when you're creating functions, things like that. It just makes it feel simpler. It makes your code a lot cleaner. The next thing we want to do is the password field that we just created, and that'll be equal to, you guessed it, their password. host and then password. Perfect. And then the last thing is their key. So the key will be equal to key. K. K. So next thing we want to do is we'll go this db insert and this receives two parameters. One is the table, so in this case it's temp underscore users, and the second will be the array containing all the actual specific data that we're going to be inserting into the table. Then we can go we'll go query is equal to this, and then we can check to see if query then return true and else return false. Okay, so basically if the query succeeds, it's going to return true, and if it fails, if it had a problem inserting the data, it's going to return false, which is great because that's feedback that we can use in our controller, which is exactly how we designed this. So if it returns true, which means if it succeeded, then it'll try and send the email. And if the email succeeded, then it'll echo this message that says the email has been sent, and they'll actually get the email. Otherwise, you'll get error messages for it not being able to send the email and not being able to add to the temp users database. So let's try this out. One more time, we'll just go back. I'll refresh this page. PHP login tut at gmail.com. Password, sign up. The email has been sent. So if we're getting this message, that means that we've successfully validated that we have added an entry to the temp users. So let's go ahead and check that actually. Excellent. We've got email, password, and the key. Now there's a problem here. We're actually storing this password as a raw password in the temp users database. I actually want to encrypt that. So what I'm going to do is back in the model, I'll just MD5 hash this right here. And we'll try one more time. See how it works. I'll just delete this for now. Good. Go back, refresh the page. PHP login tut at gmail.com. Password. Good. Go back to the temp users database, view it, and now you can see we're encrypting the word password, as well as they have this unique key and an email, their email address, which we can draw from once they register, which we'll do in the next video. So thanks for watching. In the next video, we're going to actually build this register function. Show you here, like we got a couple more emails. So we can confirm our account, click on this link, and now this register user function is being passed a key, which actually corresponds with the key that was added to the database here. And you can see like we can grab that key in the register function and then look for that entry in the database. And I'll show you how to do that in the next video. So thanks for watching.